when do I buy and when don't I buy? The answer is I buy when I've got the borrowing capacity, when the bank will lend me the money. And I don't buy when the bank won't lend me the money. It's that simple. Now, you will find as a property investor, particularly the more successful you are, it's going to be the hardest thing that you grapple with, and the biggest challenge is getting the banks to continue to lend you money, even though you feel like you've got the equity and the cash flow to do so. It was the topic of my blog this week. I'm going to put a link in the comments. But what you're going to notice, and all investors should be aware, is the banking regulator, APRA. They are the cop when it comes to determining whether the banks need to make it harder or easier to borrow. And they've said a couple of things in the last couple of weeks that have made me think it's going to get harder to borrow. Couple of things on that. They're going to look at the HEM, which is the household expenses, what they assume we spend. I unpack that in the blog. They also look at the buffers, and I unpack the impact that that has on our borrowing capacity. And then the final piece is they limit the amount of investor loans and interest-only loans like they did in 2017 when we were seeing a very similar trend to what we are seeing today. So go to my blog. It's something that will take you 3 minutes to read, but it will be well worth the investment of your time. Crucial thing for you to know. And most importantly, take out of it that I buy when the banks will lend me money. I don't buy when the banks won't lend me money.